This is the fucking GCW show. I'm your host, Chad. With me, as always, Mr. Mike Belcaster. Mike, what's going on, man?
Shit, man. What a hell of a weekend we had on the GCW front, man. We got two back-to-back packed shows that you could ask for, man.
Fucking double shot, dude. Like, I guess this is like a recurring thing they do about every 2 weeks. They'll do a double shot weekend, which is, I mean, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck over these 2 nights. I think it was $20 for 2 events. So you're paying $10 a show to get 2
Yeah,
killer events.
absolutely. One was almost 5 hours long, and the other one was 3 hours and like 20 minutes. You're talking over 8.5 hours of wrestling for $20, man.
Yeah, you can't
Good
beat
wrestling.
it. Like, this is the top of the indies too. This is the primo independent in the country, so you got to give your time to it. Before we get into everything, guys, if you're watching, please like, subscribe, comment on the video. We appreciate
Hell
it.
yeah.
Go to the turnbuckletavern.com. You can get all of our stuff on there. Follow whatever you want to follow. What you don't want to follow, pass it up. Do what you do. Do what you want to do.
No hard feelings on our end.
Yeah, we do have some t-shirts. If you want to fly the pirate flag of pirate podcast, pro wrestling podcasting, you can go get one of our OG shirts, the Turnbuckle Tavern shirts. And there's a ton of other shit there, but these are the two that started it all.
Hell yeah. I still have to pick me up one of them, the no logo Turnbuckle Tavern shirts, because that thing is fucking great.
That's the slick.
It's beautiful.
You want to put it under a nice button up and go out to a nice fancy dinner. That's the shirt.
Hell yeah, man. That's the dinner time t-shirt. Wear that with my cutoff button up and my sweatpants, baby.
So yeah, pirate them.
Pirate away, Abner.
Dude, send us a cut, Dave. Just send us a cut.
Yeah. Not a big one. Small cut. We'll be fine.
Little taste. Little taste.
A little bit of the bread.
Just wet our beak a little bit. Wet our beak.
Yeah.
So the first show of the weekend, Friday night. So we had 2 shows. Friday night, we kick off with GCW TIL Infinity. To infinity and beyond. New Year's Eve.
I love the showboat. I love the showboat arena. It makes me feel happy. I like the color scheme. I like everything about it. The crowd was lit. Everybody's fucking pumped, man.
That circus top. It's got the circus top vibe to it.
Absolutely. And what a better way, or what could be a better way to start off a show with that awesome Marcus Crane tribute. That was fucking awesome. Little AFI in the background.
Yeah, man. R.I.P.
So good.
Marcus Crane. Marcus Crane.
Hell yeah.
GCW deathmatch legend, wrestler from your neck of the woods, Mike. He was an Illinois boy.
100%, man.
He also represented GCW in Japan at Kurokan Hall. So, I mean, this guy has been in big venues, did a lot for the company. Dead at 33. Heartbreaking, man. I love the way they put tribute to him. And you could tell all the wrestlers were around the ring, just beating the mat. Like it pumped me up for the show to see those guys rally around a fallen comrade.
And not just the one show, but the whole weekend. Everybody kind of threw their Marcus Crane tributes out there during the matches, and like, I know a lot of people that worked with him and a lot of people that knew him, and it's a damn shame to lose somebody a year younger than me. That's crazy, man. And fuck, but they did all that they could to do justice to a tribute for this man, and it was badass. It was a great weekend. And like you said, rest in peace, Marcus Crane, man. Crazy shit.
Yeah, Tim Bell salute all the way.
Yeah.
Hate to see it, but I think his spirit his attitude was kind of reverberating through the show. And they kicked it off with the French Canadian Frankenstein PCO going up against he can't before we kind of let the cat out of the bag of who came out to face him. He comes out with an open challenge, and he resurrects the Extreme title
A badass PCO.
I mean, yeah,
he is a scary motherfucker. Like if there was somebody in the back alley that was like, "Hey, you want to fight?" And I'd be like, "Fuck you, man! Like, I'm out of here."
The French Canadian Frankenstein in all his glory, showing off the Extreme title. And I guess it's an open challenge. So who answers the call but death match legend, fresh off his exploding death match against Onita, the one and only Matt Tremont.
Dude,
huge
pissed
pop.
off and ready for vengeance. Yeah, I popped so hard. I was like, hell yeah. And when you see Matt Tremont walking down that aisle, you know fucking shit's about to pick up.
Oh yeah, and they put on a really good match. A good, just kind of like, hey, let's set the tone for the night. PCO ends up picking up the win, retains the Extreme title.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly. But for all the fans, it's like just having Matt Tremont there, that's enough. We got Tremont. We got another good match. King of Wreck Shit Mountain, Cole Radrick against Tony Deppen. They're really getting, I like the way they're getting behind Tony Deppen, because when we watched Blood on the Hills, Tony Deppen picked up a win. So he his string of wins continues.
Yeah, no, he's following suit, and like, you know, this was a fucking awesome match too. It was really fun to watch. Tony Deppen is an unbelievable talent, man. Loving his shit right now.
I love it too, because he's that guy, the announcer, he's a dickhead. He's a prick. They just bury Tony Deppen on commentary. But even though he's such a dickhead to the crowd, they still love singing that we built this city on rock and roll when he comes out. Like, everyone's singing along. A lot of fun.
And it's for Tony. It's not just because they like the song. They're like, fuck yeah, Tony Deppen's the shit, man. Yeah. And like, they get it because we get it. And then, but I love you put him over so hard in the last episode. I am so loving the announce team. This whole weekend, it was fantastic. And I keep saying they're learning on a really quick level, because like a month ago, they were like screaming and like that. And like, you're like, fuck, this hurts this, you know, right. The whole sounds get up. And this weekend they were docile, but like still like, fuck this guy, Tony Deppen. He's a piece of shit. He's a carny motherfucker. And you're like, yes, this is what I like to hear. But it's getting so much better. I'm kudos, man. Big fucking kudos.
Yeah, I'm loving their commentary, because like, one, it's fresh. They curse. It's unlike any commentary you would hear in that regard. They kind of keep the attitude of the product itself. But the thing, you know, it's not just young guys cursing who don't know. They know wrestling, and they are upholding those Bobby Heenan, Jesse Ventura values of telling the story in the ring and getting you to hate who you should hate and like who you should like.
100%, man. And I dig it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, dude. Like it's a good commentary team where in some of the lulls of the night, they keep you entertained.
Yeah,
it's worth it to listen to them. You know, like I'm popping the whole night just off of things they say.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's it. Like, it just shows you the quality of them. Like they're doing such a goddamn good job that they're just like, all right, we're gonna hustle here. This is what it is. And like you're like, I'm gonna skip ahead of just a quick thing, but Dark Shiek and Colby Corino. I had no horse in that race. I was 110% invested by the end of it, not just because of the match, but because the commentary team put both of them over so damn well.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, man, this is great.
They did an expert job at that, you know, like building up Colby as kind of a despicable heel, and then Dark Shiek is just like an enigma. Very cool character. We had
throwing back to Sabu, stuff like that. I was like, hell yeah, this is what I'm here for.
Dude, yeah, there's those vibes. And another guy that they're pushing that was on Blood on the Hills when we watched a couple weeks ago, Nick Wayne, young guy, Nick Wayne. He went up against Jack Cartwheel, Battle of the Rising Stars, pretty much. I'm really loving Nick Wayne. This kid is
me too,
good.
Man. I'm slowly getting behind Jack Cartwheel too, because like he came out for that battle royal on night number 2, and I was like, holy shit, this guy's cartwheeling all the way to the ring. Like, he was jacked up, he was ready to roll. I was like, this is great, man.
There's a sweet shot from that night with Jack Cartwheel airborne, and I had to. What a cool beautiful shot!
Hell yeah!
Getting that epic ceiling within the showboat.
Kudos to the camera guy on that one. That is cool a shot. Beautiful shot, man.
Very cool shot. Yeah, I mean, great match. And then I feel like the first someone that I'm really starting to enjoy, and he definitely fits that Jim Cornette, this guy's too small, you know, like but something about this guy, I think it's another thing that you mentioned. I think it's the commentary just despising this guy, Atticus Cogar.
Yeah, man. Oh my God. It literally has just, since we started the show, has blown my mind to TIL Infinity and back. Like it was fucking, he's a good worker, man.
Yeah, man.
150 pounds soaking wet, but he looks good in the goddamn ring, motherfucker. Yeah. Like, yes, that's what we're talking about.
Dude, that move where he superplex, I have it here. He superplexes, then rolls it into almost like a death, kind of an inverted Death Valley driver. I forget what the move is that he has a name for that, but just a sick rolls beautiful. Right into it. Everett Connors was cracking me up with his teddy bear overalls. Like,
oh, he got his ass kicked for wearing those overalls.
Oh,
that's for sure.
Yeah, you're not going to get out of there alive with that.
Oh, it was great though. And listen, Atticus is killing it right now, and
really
I'm so excited for the future. And all these guys are so young too. I forgot which one it was, but they're like, he's 16 years old, and I was like, what the fuck?
I think it's Nick Wayne. Nick Wayne.
Yeah, I think it was Nick Wayne.
Crazy. And that kid we talked about last time, he put on an epic match with Joey Janela at Defy in the Pacific Northwest. And he's a GCW guy. They're breeding him into being one of those top guys, but Atticus, man, he picks up the win over Everett Connors.
Yeah.
And I love it because they have this moment at the end where they show respect, and Atticus actually gives Connors a hug, but then turns, grabs a bundle of light tubes, and fucking whacks him with some fucking tubes, man. Just
the tubes,
lays him out. The
tubes. We gotta love it, man. It's awesome, and Atticus is really holding on to that death match like mentality. You know, like he did a great match there. No need for the tubes, but the tubes, bro, they always come and get you, bro.
Tubes.
Tubular.
And another, which I think Boney had talked about this team on the debate, which dropped today, Monday. Alex Zayne and Blake Christian. Some people might consider them NXT 205 Live cast-offs. These two dudes, super exciting together. Their styles mesh really well. It's like they're smooth, but it's just wild at the same time. And I was going to ask you, do you think short stints in the WWE PC, like when someone joins the PC that's an independent wrestler and they go there, they get on the main roster, maybe not the main roster, but 205 Live, NXT, and then they get cut like Blake Christian and Alex Zayne.
Yeah.
When they come back to the indies, do you think that helps elevate the game on the indies, bringing that knowledge?
100%. I don't even know if it's the knowledge, but it's at least the whereabout. You know, you've seen these guys on NXT, and it wasn't like a short stint. They were there for a couple of coffee, you know, a couple months, whatever. But they come back and they're bringing not only their knowledge and mentality towards it, but they're also bringing that chip on the shoulder.
Yep.
That really adds something to the art of pro wrestling. Like every great we have in this business came out with a chip on their shoulder, you know. So these guys are no different than, you know, Kurt Angle going to TNA or anything like that. Like they're pissed off and they're ready to show the world that they can fucking hold their ground and you know, stronger than all, man.
So that's so true, man, because like you got to think they're coming out when they're released and they never even got a true taste of it, but they're released. They're coming out with the best two things you can have in their pocket. One, a little bit more knowledge, because you're getting WWE storytelling, the way they fundamentally know how to tell a story in the ring. They have that coming out, but like you said, they have this, oh, you think I wasn't good enough for your company? Well, I'm going to show you. And it shows in these two guys, especially since they've came back to GCW, because dude, Blake Christian on the mic has so much heart that I never even got a sniff of in NXT or 205 Live.
Yeah.
And Alex Zayne kind of has that. He definitely has a little attitude chip on his shoulder too. And I love that Blake Christian pretty much set the table and said, hey, we've got our eye on the tag titles and I've got my eye on the ROH title, because he's the first match announced for Hammerstein and he's taking on fucking Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, I'm so, after these two shows, especially like 2 weeks ago, I was pumped for Hammerstein. 3 weeks ago, I was pumped for Hammerstein. After this weekend, I'm fucking jacked. I can't wait for that Hammerstein show. They're doing such a good job packaging everything and making it seem like you can't miss this event. Yeah. And I'm feeling that. Like, I can't fucking wait to get into that shit. And like these two guys were killing it. Another thing from this match, Ninja Mac is a spot fest crazy motherfucker, and I love
lunatic. I love it. Like, he does shit like that guy's gonna fucking die.
Yeah, I've seen some bad luchador in my time. This guy fucking takes the cake, but he brings it to a whole nother level.
Oh yeah, and he is such a staple. He's one of those guys. Like, I hope this isn't taken as me discrediting him, because it's meant as a fucking superlative in the biggest way. But he's like Shark Boy. He's the Shark Boy of TNA. You know, like
amazing, man.
Ninja Mac is like, he's that GCW guy. He's kind of like, you know, we're not seeing him against the top guys, but when he's in that match, you're going to get some sort of like, holy shit moment.
Yeah, there was I forgot, he slipped on the second rope and then he did a bottom rope backflip or some shit like that. And I was like, this is fucking impressive. Like, I was like, this guy's great. All over the place. But you know what I loved is that he did the move, botched it, and didn't go, fuck it, I'm done. Like, he was like, okay, let's go, brother. Like, hops right on and fucking keeps going. And like, hell yeah, man. That's what we're here for. We want to see the whole damn show. I got Matt, I forgot what his original entrance name was, like Ninja Super Callow, blah, 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 Mac. Like, I was like, this is badass. Like, I love that they keep changing it up.
And it was a fun match. Dante Leon, Ninja Mac against Alexander Blake Christian. That, you know, if you're going to watch TIL Infinity, that's definitely a match you want to like pop in.
100%.
Super entertaining match.
Yeah, had a blast watching that one, man.
Yeah, man. The next match we're going to talk about is Second Gear Crew, Matt Justice, AJ Gray, and Effy going up against Young, Dumb, and Broke, which is headed by Jordan Oliver. I have a clip. It was a hype package kind of building up this match from the perspective of Young, Dumb, and Broke.
December 17th, I wrestled Atticus Cogar in a no-rope barbed wire match, and I fucking lost. I looked around after that match. I said to myself, what's next? What's next for Jordan Oliver? I look around again. I see 3 pillars of GCW. I see 3 pillars of independent wrestling. I see SGC. And now, I'm seeing Young, Dumb, and Broke versus SGC. And I'm seeing people online say that they're gonna kick our ass. They're saying that we're not tough enough for these guys. I've beaten half of these guys. We're the best trio in the country. Let them know. People need to stop sleeping on Young, Dumb, and Broke. Ellis Taylor, let them know.
Every time we pull up to GCW, we prove everybody wrong, but they still don't want to wake up and accept how good Young, Dumb, and Broke is. Tonight that changes, and whether you want to or not, we're gonna show you just how fucking good we are.
Charlie Tiger, let them know.
Doesn't make sense. We come here, we're always tearing up our opponents. And people look at us, and they think that they know what we're made of.
They see a bunch of kids, yo.
Nah, second gear crew. Second gear crew. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna take it into third gear.
Yep.
Cause we're young, dumb, and fucking broke.
Straight up.
Charlie Tiger, let him know.
Yeah, let them know, baby. That's how you fucking cut promos when you're young, dumb, and fucking broke. It's great shit, man.
It really felt like, those guys are young in the game, but I love that they're putting it all out there. They're hungry. They're hungry.
Let them know. Let them know.
I love that shit.
It was great, man. And the match itself was it was just such a fun storytelling watch.
Yeah.
And listen, I wasn't the biggest Effy fan going into this, the fucking GCW show. By Saturday, I was like, I fucking love this guy. And I liked him when he was doing his shit with Cardona. It was great. But I love Effy right now. And we'll get more into that later. But god damn, this was a good match. It
was such a good match. It was such a strong showing for Second Gear Crew. I am like one of my biggest favorites in GCW's Matt Justice.
Yeah, no, dude, love Matt Justice so fucking much, man.
When he comes out, when him and Mance Warner are when he's coming out as a tag team, he's coming out to walk. When he comes out as a singles guy, he's coming out to lifer.
Yeah.
Like, Downs lifer. How do you come on? And he looks like a star. And then you've got AJ Gray.
AJ Gray's so fucking good, man. This whole match was full of not just current star power, but the future star power. Young, Dumb, and Broke are going to be fucking killing it. And if they're not already, they're doing great shit. Like this is almost a main event here. We're building up to this. So you got fucking good shit going up. God damn. I absolutely love Matt Justice.
He's tailor made for me. He's got the Phil Anselmo vibe. He's got the
honorary tavern member, man.
Oh yeah, honorary tavern member. And Young, Dumb, and Broke with Jordan Oliver at the helm, they really remind me of a younger, edgier Rascals from Impact, Trey Miguel, and then who we know now as MSK in NXT.
Very, very good call, man.
They kind of remind me of them. Just a little more raw, a little more rough around the edges, but
absolutely the GCW version.
Yeah, exactly.
A little rough, a little raw, everything we ever wanted.
Yeah. Then we had a scramble, and these GCW scrambles are clusterfuck fun. Just like
it was fun. Yeah,
it was really fun. Calvin Tankman, One Called Manders, friend of the show. Go in the archives. You can see us talk to One Called Manders. Also Shane Mercer, we just talked to. Yeah. He was in it. Then JJ Garrett, who they were calling Pot Steiner. He had the Steiner onesie on and the really over-exaggerated Scott Steiner circa 1987 mullet, which was great.
I love it, man.
Mercer, Manders, and Tankman are just big, nasty dudes who can do some crazy, wild feats of strength. And Tankman going over the top rope. Impressive.
It was insane. Very impressive. And Yo-Ya was there.
Oh yeah.
Yo-Ya, man. It was crazy. This was a good package to put through. Good in between that badass tag match to the main event to top twos. Right. This was a fun, awesome match. I think I really love GCW's pacing. I think that's something that's so hard to call out and see, but you watch these matches, there's ups, downs, they mellow it out a little bit. They put they get the intermission going on, but they really, really put this so well arced out. It's the best map, man. Because by the time you get to that last destination, you're like, let's fucking go, dude.
Oh yeah, you're spot on with that. And there's a couple matches that we're gonna talk about in night 2 on Die for This, which is coming up next. We'll talk about a couple matches there was one match in particular out of these two events. I don't want to give it away. I want to see what you thought about it, but there was one match on these two events that I thought was phenomenal match. But
absolutely,
we had Allie Katch, Charlie Evans. Allie gets the win. Allie Katch is like, I feel like she's a cornerstone of GCW. She's I love the way she works in the ring. Like
100%.
I always
she did that mixed tag match last show. It was unbelievable with Effy against Cardona and Chelsea and Bussy. And this was awesome. This was so fun to watch. She's such a fucking presence in the ring, you know, and like you don't see that on indies, let alone fucking, you know, anything outside of, you know, bigger shows. But she's fucking badass, man. I'm really digging Allie, man.
She's double fucking tough too. Like she's someone who, I know she's kind of friendly with the second gear crew. It shows. Like she can drink with the fellas. She's just right in there. Badass.
That's a girl you want on your team, you know.
Then we had the ring announcer did a little rap battle. Not gonna lie, this was one of those key fast forward moments for me.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can make up some time here. And that's something I wanted to say too. Like if you guys get a GCW show and you look at it and you're like, holy shit, this event ran 4 hours and 50 minutes long.
Yeah.
There's a lot of intermissions. There's a lot of time in between stuff where you can kind of get through that. So the 450 is kind of it's kind of misleading. So don't let that deter you from getting the event.
100%. Trust me. I texted Chad this moment I seen how long the show ran. I was like, dude, this is a 5 fucking hour show. And he's like, all right, man. Like we'll work it. We got this. Don't worry about it. I was like, all right, cool, man. I'm just letting you know.
It took me Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to watch all 3 events. But that's what happens when you're, you know, busy.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, hey, it was New Year's weekend. You know, I'm sure we were all running around doing shit, but it was fun, man. And this was a very awesome time to watch wrestling because you're sitting at home. It's a holiday. You're bored out of your fucking mind. Exactly. You know, you take a couple shots, watch the show, enjoy yourself, man.
And dude, at the end of the day, Brett Lauderdale and the boys at GCW, they don't give a fuck how you watch it. If they get that $20 from your pay-per-view purchase, you're there. You're there.
Hey, book Scotty Too Hotty next week.
So the main event.
Oh my goodness, man!
Both of these events were headlined by death matches. The main event of this of Till Infinity was Akira versus G-Raver. Me and Sneed went to a Masters of Pain IWC East Coast that had pretty much every deathmatch person that is a deathmatch. Akira was there. G-Raver was there. John Wayne Murdoch and Alex Colon were there. Schlack was there. So there was a lot of Shane Mercer was in the tournament. A lot of heavy hitters. But this match was really good. I have a clip of Akira talking before the match, you know, just about how much the match means at where he's at in his career.
So, Fight Club in GI. I came here and I said, I'm going to prove that deathmatch wrestlers are the best wrestlers in the fucking world. I want to elevate the game. And I've been proving myself to the fans, but it doesn't matter if I don't win. It does not matter. That dream can't happen if I don't win. I have to win in order to prove that my goal, that my dream, that my aspirations can be real. So new year, new me, a victory.
Love it.
And intense, man. And Akira actually won the Masters of Pain tournament that I saw. And I wasn't extremely aware of him. He was one of the few that I wasn't privy to as much as like John Wayne Murdoch and those guys. But this kid, I mean, he doesn't look like a deathmatch wrestler to me.
No, not at all. And young as shit, you know, definitely on the cups of his career. Babyface, killing it. I thought he did unfucking believable during this match, man.
Unreal. Like 2 of the best deathmatch wrestlers in the world.
Yeah, easily.
And when Akira came out, John Wayne Murdoch, who main events the second night, he kind of came out and gave him, you know, a little fist bump and props. Then Akira came down to the ring by himself. And I loved how John Wayne Murdoch is essentially the man at IWC No Holds Barred. And then Alex Colon is kind of the deathmatch man of GCW. So when Murdoch came out, going back to the commentary's, what's that son of a bitch doing here? He's not he's not welcome here. He's got to wait until tomorrow. So they're selling that this guy isn't wanted in the building. He's not. Yeah. I love that how they used this moment to build the main event for the second night.
Absolutely. And that's any commentator's job, but they fucking sold it, you know.
Oh, big time.
They had the white gloves on, they had ketchup popsicles in their hand, they were like, we're ready to go, brother. Here, these are for you. And you're like, yeah.
The glasses on, the eye protectors, because there's gonna be glass.
Hell yeah. And it was so good, man. These two laid it out there, man. Beat the living piss out of each other. People can look at deathmatch wrestling and give a lot of bullshit to it, but one thing you could take away from it every time is that these guys put their fucking lives on the line, beating the piss out of each other for exactly what we're doing right now, our entertainment. Yep. You know, and like G-Raver was unbelievable. Akira was fucking unbelievable. It was a solid ass main event, man.
That one moment in the match where Akira's actually biting the fucking light tube, like biting and chewing the glass, and I'm like, whoa, this is wild. And then I have the same thing. These dudes laid it all on the line. I mean, they really left it out there. That superplex through the light tube ladder for the win when G-Raver picked up the win. That move was unreal.
Yeah. No, this might have been definitely one of my favorite matches of the weekend.
Oh yeah,
this was fucking unbelievable, man. But that spot with the light tubes and the ladder, that was fucking brutal. I couldn't wish that on anybody, man.
It was wild. So that happens, and Akira's kind of left in a heap. G-Raver picks up the win. Then Murdoch comes down into the ring to kind of check on Akira, and you know the commentary's going wild. What's he doing in there? And then Murdoch gets on the mic and he looks out in the crowd and he says, I spy with my little eye a bitch called Cologne. And Alex Cologne's out in the crowd. They start scrapping at it. They're going at it. People are trying to separate them. This is how you book pro wrestling when you have a double shot weekend. You end your first event with a cliffhanger that builds your second night's main event. This is how they should think of WrestleMania if we have to suffer through a 2-night WrestleMania. That's how you do it.
100%. And that is one thing. Take note, the bigger companies, because if you do back-to-backs, which is, it's hard enough to do on its own,
right?
But at least make it fucking intertwine with the next night. Don't just pretend that like Sunday's not happening, but we're gonna do Saturday. It's gonna be fun. You guys are gonna have a blast. But we do have a 4.5 hour show on fucking Sunday. You know, so it's like make it matter, man. These guys made it fucking matter,
and I
absolutely did.
Yeah, and here, listen, we hear the Cornettes, we hear the Bruce Pritchards. When ECW is brought up, not so much Cornette in this regard, but with Pritchard, he would always kind of refer to ECW as that bingo hall wrestling. And Jim will kind of comment on shit like GCW as mud show wrestling. You know, that's that outlaw mud show shit.
Yeah.
But there are things that these shows do that the bigger companies could benefit from taking pointers. I think looking to the indies, especially the indies that are really operating at a high level like GCW, when you look to the indies for, you know, the way they booked this double shot weekend, I think that kind of grounds you and keeps you tapped into the youth of the scene, the youth of the movement, like seeing, you know, when you have a 76-year-old man running a company, he's not going to be as in touch with that 18 to 34 demographic. I think watching shows like this, oh, okay, I see what they're doing there. You can always learn from everybody. You don't have to look to the highest mountaintop, the titan of the industry to learn from. You can learn from every company.
190% true, man. And like, that's the thing, is like, you don't have to appreciate everything that they're doing, but pick up on the important shit. Like one of those things, like tie that fucking show together, put a nice knot on it, make it a package. I don't want to fucking watch 2 different shows night after night.
Right.
Like, give me some fucking tie-ins, like do something cool about it. And that's listen, Cornette could call it mud show shit. Pritzker could call it fucking bingo hall wrestling, but they're doing something. Every fucking show has a packed house.
That's
it. Has had a packed house.
That's
you're not there. They don't have to fill an empty arena. These guys are filling fucking small venues and killing it every fucking show.
Yeah, dude. And look, Cornette and Pritchard have earned the right 1,000,000 times over to talk shit on anything they want to talk shit on.
Absolutely.
But to stick your fucking head in the sand and act like they aren't doing something right when they're what's those old school dudes like Pritchard and Corny always talk about? It's about, do you put asses in seats? Well, GCW's putting fucking asses in seats. So if you can't look at what they're doing and see some sort of like positive or take something from what they're doing, you're that to me is the definition of being out of touch.
Yeah, man, you're shooting yourself in the foot. You can't watch one of these shows and go, all right, this was a waste of my fucking money, a waste of my time.
Right.
Not once do I like, oh fuck, maybe they're in the rap battle, but that's it. But the commentators got your back for that, so you're good. It doesn't fucking matter.
So that kind of wrapped up the first night. Night 2, we get started and it's die for this. Bunch of good matches we'll get into. I want to, before we dive into two of the a couple of the bigger ones that really have a lot of talking points behind it. We open up with the Briscoes. They were on Blood on the Hills, and we're getting the Briscoes against Boney's favorite, Alex Zayne, the Sauce. Alex Zayne. The Sauce, baby. And
what was his weight? Weighing in at 235 chicken gorditas or some shit like that.
And then we get All Heart, Blake Christian again. And dude, Briscoes bring that stiff double team work perfection. Like, those guys,
they are on a different level, a completely different level than this whole roster. Like, they come in, they're ready to throw down, they're fucking well-spoken. Yep. They might sound fucking crazy, but they're well-spoken, you know what I mean, dog? Yeah. Like, but you feel it. You get behind it, man. It's crazy.
Jay Briscoe is like the trailer park godfather of the school that Enzo Amore might come from.
Yeah.
Like that wild man fucking gets on the mic and just let him roll. Like, I feel like Enzo had to take some sort of inspiration from a Briscoe, Jay Briscoe.
Shit, man. The promos, I love the way the Briscoes carry the titles. Like, that is something very, very a small, subtle fucking, thing to pay attention to, but they walk in, they're fucking holding higher than their heads, like, we're the goddamn champions, bro. And they come out there with so much pride that you're like, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah.
I love this shit, man.
Yeah. And they're wild too, man, because they tightrope between just a solid, fundamental, traditional tag team and then an ECW fucking just car crash. Like, they have both elements where they can wrestle with the best of them and they can also like cause chaos. And they hit this fucking crazy superplex 4-man move off the top. Like, that this thing is wild. Like,
that's brutal. Beautiful.
Unreal.
Yeah. I would like to say that they're a good mix of Lance Storm and Chris Jericho and then Balls Mahoney and Axl Rotten. They could do both. It's butter, they can walk in there and just fucking, they got mic skills. They got they'll fuck you up in the ring. They'll show you shit you've never seen before. Yep. And then you'll be wanting more by the time the match is over. You're like, fuck, give me the next show. Because the Briscoes, they know what they're doing, man.
Sprinkle in a little Bubba Ray Dudley on the mic.
Yeah.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. Stir people into a frenzy. But great match. Mark Briscoe.
Really good match.
Where he's brutal headbutts on the top turnbuckle. And there's a moment in the match where Jay's on the outside holding a door. And
I was supposed to mention that.
Blake, this has been gift all over the internet. So if you want to see it, go to Game Changer Wrestling on Twitter. I'm sure the GIF is on their feed. But Blake Christian does like a Darby Allin missile dive into Jay while he's holding that door, comes out of nowhere. Awesome spot.
Yeah. No, I forgot who tweeted it, but they're like, this is what you didn't see. Right.
Yeah.
It was the little fucking the GCW like backstage worker runs and he's like, guys, some shit's about to go down. And then the door hits the front row. Like it fucking knocks them out. And it was like, whoops, like what are we gonna do about it? But it was they talk about intensity. You can't find 4 more intense wrestlers to get in the ring and do it together. This was such a fucking, if you guys want to know what GCW is about, this is a match to watch, because this is definitely like, this will open your horizon to it and be like, oh, okay, they're not shit show fucking, hitting light tubes and fucking skewers.
Yeah.
This is good wrestling. This was fun. This was an exciting watch, man.
Yeah. If you're someone, you don't want to pay the $20 to get both events, or maybe you just don't have time for both events, I would say go with Die for this. If you can only watch one, because
100%.
it showcases a little more of everything that they have at GCW. It's not just deathmatch wrestling again, guys. Like there is way more to this company, but the Briscoes end up retaining the GCW tag titles. And again, back to the commentary, as soon as they win those matches, the commentary is like, God damn them boys, they done it again. It's just
I
perfect.
love it, man. Yeah,
so good.
It really is. And like I said, like they fucking sell themselves so good. I cannot wait until the FTR boys
it's coming.
hits, because it's gonna, I hope it's at Hammerstein. I really do. I hope that it just fucking pops. It's like, all right, like I hope on Wednesday on Dynamite they go, we got some shit to take care of. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And they're like, oh, okay, like, oh yeah, let's go for it. Yeah. Come on, butter me up. I'm here for it. But I fucking love the Briscoes, man. I thought they did a great job. And huge shout out to Blake Christian and Alex Zayne, because they held their own and they made it fucking more investing. Super down to watch it again, man. It was great.
Dude, fucking Briscoes have been in the game for like 20 years.
It's ridiculous.
They're working. They're punching that clock to work and defend those titles. Like 2 weeks ago,
100%.
2 weeks ago, they were against Second Gear Crew at Blood on the Hills. And this week they're going against Alex Zayne and Blake Christian. I mean, they're defending the belts.
100%.
Couple other good matches, but the next big match I want to talk about, and this is the match I kind of alluded to earlier, that for me, I think this was the match of the weekend. And on paper, I would have never guessed that this was the match of the weekend for me. But Joey Janela against Scotty Too Hotty was,
my goodness, man. From the second they did this, and Scotty Too Hotty pulls out the glasses, and then the announcer goes, fresh off the WWE shop.com. I pop for it. And then Janela takes them, puts them on, and then fucking Scotty Too Hotty takes Janela's glasses and puts them on. And this was a fucking banger of a match, dude.
Fucking awesome. This shit from the entrances to the speech at the end that Scotty Too Hotty gives. This was like 45 minutes.
This was great.
If not more. And you are never bored. These guys laid it on the fucking line. And Scotty Too Hotty, man, this was his first match in 6 years.
Yeah.
He's 48 years old. He's been one of the top trainers at the WWE Performance Center for years. And he decides, hey, man, I've got a little left in the tank. I want to go back out and wrestle while I still can. And he comes, Joey Janela gives him an opportunity to come into GCW of all places. And we have this preconceived notion, us being Attitude Era kids, we have this preconceived notion of Scotty Too Hotty. Okay. Not super entertaining, always put on good matches, but he wasn't that, like, when I think of like a 30+ minute match, I'm not thinking Scotty Too Hotty.
100%.
But this match, man, like Janela looked
amazing,
incredible.
Man.
Incredible.
Yeah. This is why I like Janela so much too. He knows how to pull in those old timers.
Yep.
And he's like, come on, let's do it one more time. And let's show him. And like, he's good friends with my buddy Robert Anthony. Robert Anthony's really good at doing that too, where they can just kind of draw in a crowd and be like, oh, I'm fucking up Scotty Too Hotty this weekend. You got to check this out. And then you see the fucking work that, Scotty puts into it. Even like when I know the GCW ring's smaller, but even when he went to the worm spot, like he starts looking and he goes, oh, fuck, corner. And he backs up into the corner. He's like, I got more room now. And boom, boom. And he just starts doing it. Yeah. Like he hits it. It was beautiful, man. I thought this was one of the fucking greatest matches I've seen all year. And we're starting off early.
This is early. Okay. It was on New Year's Day, so it'll be in contention for 2022. But like, I know we're 3 days into the fucking year, but instantly if you're keeping track of your, your matches to be in consideration, this has got to go on there for me. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
And I have
Joey
you talked about the worm. I gotta show the worm. We gotta watch the worm.
Ooh.
And he's in great shape too, man.
Really good shape for fucking 6 years out of the ring, man. See how he backed up into the corner right there, though.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm not missing it.
Fucking pro move, man. He knows how big the ring is.
Yeah, unbelievable to see him fucking hustling, man. I like the longer hair on him.
Yeah.
Not stood up. I like that it was kind of all over the place. I thought this was a fantastic fucking match, man.
And it wasn't like just high spot. They really told a story. They, like you said earlier, like they took you on a ride. There was ups, there was downs. They knew when to slow it down. They played to the crowd. They had the spot with the sunglasses at the beginning, all leading up. I love, there's a moment in the match where the commentary is talking about just the shape that Scotty Too Hotty's in. And he says, 48 years young, guys like that from his era, from his generation, they don't fuck around. All right. They stay in shape. They stay on top of their conditioning. You never know when the next match is going to be, brother. Like, and it's so true. Like this is a different working mentality. Like, and it was awesome to see Janela pull it out of him. And talking about pulling it out of him, we were seeing Scotty do stuff like this.
Out on the apron now. And comes out on the apron now. And comes
crazy.
Like, 48 years old. I know we're seeing Sting and we're seeing Jericho do it at a little bit older of an age, but for someone to be on the shelf for 6 years and to come back and put on it had to be at least 30. I don't have the exact time limit, but it had to be at least 30+ minutes.
Yeah. And it's Scotty Too fucking Hotty. It's not like it was, 98 Eddie Guerrero.
Right.
Wild. I thought it was badass. I really loved at the end of it too when Janela was like, this was, or it might have been Janela, or it might have been the commentary team, but they were like, this was for his brother, fucking Brian Christopher, which is just caught under the rug completely. Yeah. And Marcus Gray. It was fucking, it was meaningful for both men. It was a barn burner, man.
Oh,
they fucking lit the house up. I didn't care about the whole show after this. I was like, holy shit. And it was
I'm with you, man. It was like the high point of the weekend for me. And I really thought it was so cool because Scotty Too Hotty went on social media and posted this picture. And
it's so
essentially
cool.
the caption he had with it was, I'm forever thankful to Joey Janela for pushing my limits at GCW Die for this. Not only was it my first match in 6 years at 48 years old, but it was easily a highlight of my career. The passion and heart inside of that ring last night will never be forgotten. Thank you, Joey and GCW. What a great picture. Two dudes who just fucking laid it on the line.
They both look like they're morphing out of Shawn Michaels.
They really do. Yeah, illegitimate children of Shawn Michaels.
No, it's so awesome. And fucking, if you guys don't, like, I don't know if you're younger or if you're older, but if you've never seen a Scotty Too Hotty match, compared to this was a work rate, big, like, scheming match.
Yeah,
and
dude.
Scotty Too Hotty's used to, like, 5-minute tag matches.
Yeah.
Bust the worm out, you're done. Oof, oof, oof,
yeah.
Boom. Rikishi dance, everybody dance afterwards. This is the best match I've ever seen in Scotty Too Hotty's career in my fandom of fucking 30 years. It's insane.
By
awesome.
Far his best match I've ever seen.
Hell yeah. Good kudos on both guys, man. Because it wasn't a sloppy shit show. It wasn't like, oh, I like this match because they fucked up a lot. No, it was a good match. Good storytelling, man.
And this is one of those shows where one of those matches where you're like, this is not what you would think you would get from a GCW show.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
this is like a Joey Janela spring break kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like those are always great. They're fun as hell to watch. But this was like a main event from one of those. Yeah, he was a 90s enhancement guy, 2000s enhancement guy, Scott Taylor.
yeah. Dude, another thing that I thought of during this, and this just in relation to kind of Joey Janela and his career right now, is everyone, when AEW first started, he featured a little bit more on Dynamite, and as the rosters inflated, Joey's been having some pretty awesome little tiny feuds on Dark and Dark Elevation. Yeah. And I've heard, fans like, oh, either cut him or what's going on with Joey. I'm like, Joey is the perfect person because people don't realize how integral he is to GCW. Him and Brett Lauderdale, like they are kind of Joey's spring break event is what blew up GCW. That's from the words of Brett Lauderdale. He credits Joey Janela and that event to making them what they are right now. So it's like, for AEW to have Joey Janela a part of their roster, I would not let him go. I would keep him even if he was just having banger little feuds on Dark Elevation, because that keeps you connected to the underground. That's a great person to have in your wheelhouse, and it benefits Janela because it elevates his exposure. But he's an indie guy. He loves still being that king of the indies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. And that's the thing. Like, we've seen him. What did he do? That big, basically, it was a lights out match with Sonny Kiss.
Yeah, and
before
was fun.
That, he was feuding. Yeah, it was super fun. And before that, he was feuding with Robert Anthony, who's one of the fucking top guys in the indies. And you're talking. Joey Janela has that like that radio crossplay feature. Like he's not saying it in a bad way, but he's like a Nickelback almost, where he's like, oh, I can be played on the Light FM, but I could also be played on the Hard Rock station,
right?
And I also could be played on the fucking, the underground fucking station. So it's like, oh, cool, like you it's like Neapolitan ice cream. You're getting 3 flavors in one,
Well, dude, when you come into AEW and you have the Bucks, and Kenny and those guys who bring in the Bullet Club, being the elite fans, and by having Janela, that's your GCW indie fans. They're not all one and the same. The people who were watching Being the Elite weren't necessarily GCW people. There's a lot of crossover, obviously, but I think when they built this company, the roster for AEW, having a GCW OG like Janela was perfect booking to bring in that sect of independent wrestling fans.
100%. And there's like somebody of his stature could work anybody on the roster and make it a fucking banger.
Dude, remember that lights out match he had with Omega?
Yeah. Oh, unbelievable.
Early on, it was like the second or third Dynamite. They had it on Dark, I believe. Jesus.
It was great, man, and that's just a testament to how good of a fucking worker he is, man.
Yeah,
super crazy. It was good, man. Very, very good. I love Janela. I'm here for it. I want to see more Scotty Too Hotty after this weekend,
too.
man. I
me
mean,
too.
a lot more.
Me too. Next up, we had the State of Effy address.
Oh, this was fun.
And he came out, and it was pretty much like, at first we were like, what's the state of Effy? And he works his way into being like, Effy's fine. Effy is fine. And everyone's excited. And he pretty much says, like, he's fought everyone, and now he's just going to have to go work his way back through the roster again on his way to Hammerstein. So he's kind of rededicating himself to fighting any and all people on the roster. But the big moment, which when this State of the Effy address was announced, I'm like, anytime something like this is announced with such like steam behind it, okay, it's not just going to be him talking. They're going to shoot an angle here. I didn't know what they were going to do, but the lights go out. And when they come back on, we see a blacked out cowboy. And I have a clip from that situation. So lights come back on, guitar shot. Ooh. Instantly, we're all thinking, slap nuts? Boom.
Man. Jeff, man.
And the crowd, the holy shit chant, Double J lifting the. So when you saw
unexpected.
This, Mike, what were you thinking?
Yeah, at first I thought it was going to be a Cardona swerve because it was like he's just fresh off his wedding, blah, blah blah. I think his wedding was this weekend, so like it would have been like weird timing, but it could have happened. You know what I mean? So I was like, especially with the all black. We seen him walk out and do the Mox, and then we seen Mox do the Cardona, and it was back and forth. So I thought it was following along those lines. Last person I expected was going to be JEFF, Jarrett.
Yeah, dude. Like, but I think you're kind of onto something, though. I do think you're onto something where, I love this picture, the man in black with the Atlantic City Ferris wheel in the back. I mean, come on.
Very Undertaker-esque.
Very Undertaker. Very Dustin Rhodes 7.
Yeah. I like it. And speaking of deathmatch champs, real quick, Robert Anthony says hi, everybody.
Robert
Anthony fell off the cage of death. He fell off the cage of death. Goddamn it.
But like, dude, stoked to have Robert Anthony watching. Like, I'm thinking. You're onto something though with this Cardona. You mentioned Cardona.
Yeah.
Jeff Jarrett has done a lot of stuff with Cardona, major marks.
Yeah. Major Bendies. He's got his own figures coming out shows. Now.
I think he guested at a couple of their live shows. Like,
he's got a zombie sailor figure coming out. There's a lot of interminglings going on there.
A lot of business a lot of incestuous business going on between Cardona and Jeff Jarrett. I think we're planting. So Cardona quit GCW. Very, very convenient that he quits right before his wedding to take some time off and go on a honeymoon.
Well, I mean, Chelsea's face.
Oh yeah, he's
so you gotta leave, and they can't afford tables. They're only working doors. Again, I totally understand.
So we're about 3 weeks out from Hammerstein, and I think this is a piece in the puzzle of Cardona, Effy, and the GCW situation with Cardona.
Yes. I would love to see it hit a 3-on-3 match between Second City Bruiser. Was it Second Seater?
Second Gear Crew.
There we go. Second Gear Crew. I would love to see a payoff there. Give it Second Gear Crew and Cardona, Jarrett. I don't see Jarrett coming in to work a fucking Scotty Too Hotty match.
Well, there's like rumors too. I've heard I don't know how legit they are, but just rumblings of Jarrett wanting to get back into promoting wrestling. And I'm wondering, I don't think he's going to buy GCW or anything like that.
No.
But does he put some money into it? Is this a one-off? I don't believe it's a one-off. I think there's plans here.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a one-off either. It was too good to be a one-off. You can't just drop a Jeff Jarrett in the middle of an Effy fucking program and be like, okay, like that we're done with it. I loved not the backtrack, but when he hit him in the head with the guitar, and then he starts dragging him around the ring with the guitar, and like Effy's still in it, man. And he's like, "Fucking come on, man!" Great. It was great. Loved it, man. Loved every minute of it. And this is definitely a teasing to bigger things from Jarrett, but I don't think he's gonna, I'm 90% sure there's not gonna be a buyout. GCW is too hot.
No way.
If I was Lauderdale, I wouldn't be selling to nobody, right?
No, I don't see that at all. I do think this is definitely a building block towards Hammerstein, though. Like this is going to somehow come into play with Cardona, Jarrett, Effy, SGC, all of that.
Listen, Jeff Jarrett's been around the block for a long time, especially on the promoters aspect, especially like TNA. You had what was the name of the one company he had?
Global
Force Wrestling, GFW, right? And then he was doing those shows in India with a lot of talents from America and stuff like that. I think Jeff Jarrett is a smart guy, and this is what we were talking about earlier with the Cornettes. Yep. And the Pritchards, like they're not seeing what a valuable company that GCW is. Maybe Jeff Jarrett's kind of like, fuck yeah, I can make some money off this.
I think although Jeff Jarrett is an old school guy, especially with his dad being a long time old school promoter, I think Jeff Jarrett doesn't get enough credit for being a forward thinking promoter, because you got to think when he started TNA, he started that company with guys like AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Low-Ki, Sanjay
Amazing
Dutt,
Red, when Amazing Red was like
Jay
14.
Like he saw the future of smaller wrestlers before a lot of people did, I think.
100%, man. Listen, they were the first company to hire CM Punk outside of the Indies. They were the first company to hire fucking, you name it. They brought in a lot of small guys. Motor City Machine Guns. They built their whole tag division off of Motor City Machine Guns. Like these are babies. These are little dudes, man. But he saw it before 2007 hit. Like he was on top of the fucking fingers on the pulse.
I think this is going to be a fun storyline to watch. So Jeff Jarrett, I just got to watch the unmasking one more time because it's so epic.
The glow in his eyes, you see it.
That's what I was gonna say. He looks like he's having a blast right there. Then we get the do or die battle royal to crown the number one contender for the GCW World Title, which John Moxley holds right now. We did get a little video beforehand with Grim Reaper that cracked me up. I gotta play it because it's hilarious.
You don't know. I'm on such a fucking streak right now. I'm like fucking Rusty from Vegas Vacation. I got it at the Hard Rock, which is next door, and I'm fucking on some running roulette. This is similar to roulette. I'm picking a number, right? Fucking squeeze it. Oh, look, I gotta pick that. That's like fucking magic. That's a sign. Oh, fuck it. Come on. Come on. The fuck, you got glue on this thing, bro? Yes! Yes! It fucking continues, bro. I'm fucking winning, bro. I don't care. I'm winning. Fucking winning.
Go fucking glue on this thing, bro.
Like Rusty from fucking Vegas Vacation. I'm on one.
And this match had everybody. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, this was another thing. If you're kind of like looking at the whereabouts of what GCW is kind of about, this was a fun fucking rumble, whatever you want to call it. This was a blast. And it was just a good fucking time, man.
I love that Effy was injured, so they had to replace him, and they had Billy Starks, who, go back in our archives. We got to talk with Billy Starks, 17, killing it, future of the business. She's going to be like a huge star, I think.
100%. Like I said, this was so fucking fun. It was just a fun watch. And like, I was just finishing the show tonight, this afternoon, and I was just having a blast watching it. And I was just like, man, this was another thing. This was like a good. I was talking about pacing earlier, but you got that really intense moment with Jeff Jarrett and Effy.
Yep.
And then he moves on to Grim Reaper and goes, I'm like Rusty from fucking
yeah.
Well, I gotta pick that one, motherfucker.
So great.
He's the Joey Diaz of fucking pro wrestling, man. Listen to him, motherfucker.
You're not gonna see vignettes like that in any other promotion.
Nowhere near. And it was fun, man. It was like we got fucking Homicide.
Dude, good surprise.
Winning the match,
Homicide.
man. Oh, bro, that's gonna be such a good fucking main event. Homicide versus Mox. Ooh.
I wonder if they're going to do that at Hammerstein. Is that
I hope so.
Or before? Because I think they have like 2 shows before.
Yeah. But why ruin such a buildup like that? That's gonna be a fucking banger,
man.
No matter when they do it. But at the Hammerstein, just imagine that crowd with Mox and Homicide face to face doing the stare off. Ooh,
that's true. I mean, Homicide, New York's own. They'll get behind that, and
they would totally get behind that.
I love the final 3. Okay, the Battle Royal. The last 3 people in it, I believe, was Atticus Cogar, AJ Gray, and Homicide.
Yeah, and awesome. Fucking
awesome 3 to end on. Homicide wins the right to face Moxley.
Yeah,
it's going to be a fun one.
Crazy. It's going to be really good, man. But this is like the future is fucking looking good. Homicide looks fantastic. For all the shit I've seen Homicide go through in the fucking past 15, 20 fucking years.
Yeah,
Homicide's killing it, dude. I'm pumped to see him back too. I loved Homicide and at TNA. He was so fucking good, and then LAX. But this is that Ring of Honor Homicide.
Oh yeah,
that don't fuck with me, Homicide. I'm here for that shit, man, all day long.
I feel like Eddie Kingston, Homicide, and Low Key are just all real as real can get, and I'm here for it. Each one of them.
That shit hits different, as the kids like to say.
Exactly.
And if you're in the ring with them, it hits fucking hard.
It hits really hard. Then we get the main event. And this is
for the GCW Ultra Violent Championship, man. Yes.
And this is like for deathmatch fans, this is a dream match. You've got the 2 biggest deathmatch guys in the country, in the world, maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely in the States. Alex Colon, kind of GCW guy. John Wayne Murdoch, IWC, no holds barred guy. I have a hype package just to kind of set the tone of the night, and then we'll get into the match.
If you want to know who's the greatest to ever do it in the most violent facet of the jewel known as professional wrestling, it's that man, Alex Colon.
Colon does it, proving that he is the GOAT of deathmatch wrestling.
The new one, a pale horse, and his name is set on him was death. And hell followed with it.
What is fucking going on here? Who is this? What?
Colon, for so long, you called me a fucking bridesmaid. For so long, I got tired of watching the beautiful bride get all their flowers. I am the fucking bride now, and you are the fucking bridesmaid, Alex Colon.
What we do is called deathmatch wrestling. We do it at the highest fucking level. And what you do ain't even fucking close to what I do.
I want to run through a wall right now.
Yeah, no, another fucking standout. They do so good on the video packages. The only thing I wanted out of that was Jim Ross in the background.
Yeah.
Oh God, it's gonna fucking kill him tonight. Like, it was so brutal. They tell such beautiful stories in these little vignettes, these video packages. It makes you want more out of it, man.
Yeah, they did such a good job.
Yeah,
building
John Wayne Murdoch. that's all I wanted to hear. This son of a bitch.
And these guys, this is the elite of the elite.
Yeah,
in the
you talk about deathmatch shit. This is as big as it gets. This is bigger than Nick Gage and fucking Matt Cardona. You know, this is who.
Alex Colon, whose back looks like his back tells the story of his career. His shoulders are scarred beyond belief. John Wayne Murdoch, I think he's had more matches. I believe last year he was IWTV's Independent Wrestler of the Year. So these guys are bringing in a lot of independent accolades, and they just, dude, he does a backbreaker. Murdoch does a backbreaker on Cologne that is just like, so innovative.
Yeah,
that's an innovative move for a death match. Like,
listen, he's a bigger guy too. That's hard to wiggle that light tube between the knee on such a quick fucking pull.
Yeah, man.
This is like going to the shooting range and you are fucking hitting the grand finale. You get to shoot the bazooka at the end. Like, that's what this match was. It was just like everything just fucking exploded in the best way possible, though. You're like, oh fuck yeah, I believe all. I'm here for this.
Yeah, they put on a show. Just great storytelling within a death match. It's not just blood and guts. These guys are great at telling actual in-ring stories. They impress the hell out of me.
Yeah, man. They say color equals money, man. There's no color like deathmatch color, and these motherfuckers laid into it.
Yeah, dude. They pushed the limits, and you know, Alex Colon ended up retaining the ultra violent title. I can't wait to see who he faces at Hammerstein, because I think that match could be, they're going to go for broke in that match.
Oh, 100%. I think the whole GCW roster is going for broke at that show.
Yeah.
I will be surprised if there's not like a few fucking really scary incidents on that show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's going to be like Mania at fucking Madison Square Garden and peak Royal, you know, Attitude Era fucking time. So like, this is crazy. And, oh my God. I like to, like, so, I'm still thinking the backbreaker. The backbreaker.
Oh, I know, man.
There were so many good spots in this match, man. So many. And it was just,
such an innovative, like, so good.
And who wears a basketball getup to a fucking death match?
Right.
Fuck's wrong with you, man?
There's no protection. Wow.
Like, man. I remember when Cardona walked out, and he's like, I'm wearing jeans. I got painter jeans, and I got jeans underneath the jeans.
He's got arm wraps up to his elbows.
Yeah, and then it fucking didn't help him one bit, you know. This was beautiful though. I'm so excited. Yeah, we got like 2 more shows before the Hammerstein show, right?
Yeah, I think I want to say 14th and 15th we have.
Yeah, when we're back to back. There we go. Yeah, GCW, Detroit's gonna be fucking off the hook too.
Most Notorious in Detroit on the 14th. That's Friday, and then the Saturday, January 15th. Say You Will, and they have stacked shows. For Most Notorious right now, they've announced Alex Shelley versus Jimmy Jacobs, Bussy versus Too Cold Scorpio and Ricky Morton.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alex Colon is going to be facing Hoodfoot, Rich Swann against Leon Ruff, plus Rhino, Sabu, and Kevin Nash all come home. So we'll see what happens with that. And then the next night, GCW Say You Will, we get Jonathan Gresham versus Too Cold Scorpio. Blake Christian, who's been killing it, is going to go against Bandito, which is awesome.
Ooh, that's going to be great, man.
Kylie Ray returns to the Independents to face Allie Katch. So that'll be fun. And that's all in lead up to Hammerstein on the 23rd. So
that is fucking great. Steed seed Philip Ensemble and the Illegals at Harpo's, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Legendary venue. But yeah, man, overall, I thought it was another fun GCW weekend. You guys should definitely check it out. If you were to pick one event, which event would you recommend, Mike?
That's a hard one. Till Infinity was not bad, but I'm still here for Die for this. I think yeah.
Scotty Too Hotty, Janela, and then the Briscoes match, and then
Jeff Jarrett
arrival.
Rise from the dead, Jarrett. Slap nuts.
I loved it, but
and that main event was so fucking good. Like I could take away from both of them. They're both really, really good matches or good shows, but Die for this was so fucking. It was just a little bit better.
Yeah,
it
had a few more moments. The Jarrett moment. You had the deathmatch dream match.
Effy's speech up until Jarrett came out was awesome. Yeah. He's like, "Listen, you guys want to know what's up? Effy's fine." And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is cool." And then it was like, "Oh no, it's the building, Burning's building."
Right?
Yeah. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Exactly.
It was perfect, man.
So I guess we'll go ahead and get out of here.
Fuck yeah.
But another good show, episode 2 of the fucking GCW show in the books. For anyone that watched the live stream, thank you. If you're listening to the podcast right now, thank you also. Please go to theturnbuckletavern.com. Follow everything. We have live streams on Thursday at 8 p.m. Mike and the OG Fig Kid have Fig Night for all your figure talk.
Night. Hell yeah.
Tuesdays, if you're a WWE guy or gal and you want to talk WWE, Boney Khan, Young Anthony, the Raw Down Baby at 10 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. Plus we have the All Elite wrap up with Mike
Always
and
a good
Tom
time on the wrap
on
up.
Wednesdays. Immediately after Dynamite. There's a lot of stuff. Go to our Instagram at Turnbuckle Tavern.
Yeah.
You'll find everything there. We post. And if you leave us a 5-star review, Mike will send you a sticker.
Yeah, I got plethora of stickers, baby. Let's send some stickers.
So until next time, guys, we'll keep you updated on GCW and
hell yeah.
See you real soon.